Chuck, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Hey, Fezzy.
Hey, buddy.
I was wondering if Earl decided to do his report for you today.
Oh, yeah. Earl is, yesterday he had a report to do, Fezzy, on, what exactly was it on, Earl?
Basically, the differences between, the arguments between people who are religious, the religious theories on the origin of man and evolution.
Then the real stuff. And today, Religious Day, Earl, it's the Day of Assumption.
Yes.
And what happens when we assump?
You making?
What is this day for?
Well, I'm not familiar with it because I'm not a Catholic per se.
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily familiar with the day. Personally, I'm not familiar with the day.
So the Virgin Mary means nothing to the Baptist.
Virgin Mary means a lot to the Baptist.
The fact that she ascended into heaven, not as a spirit, but in her entire body, ascended into heaven, he's like, not a big deal to me.
No, I didn't say that at all, but...
But you'd think that your church would bring it up. It seems like it would be a big...
No, they haven't brought it up at all.
Now, how many other people have done that in history?
As far as I know, she's the only one who went...
What about Jesus? Have you ever heard of him? Her son. This is a family trait this family had.
No, I mean...
They would ascend physically into heaven.
Jesus did it, Mary did it, and Elijah did it.
Well, I guess as far as people who are here on Earth, as far as humans. I mean,
you've got to be the worst Baptist.
I am. I'll be the first to admit
and you missed the first half of every Jets game because you're in church.
Yes, but I'm trying to learn.
Not listening to the whatever the preacher's saying.
What do you mean you're trying to learn?
Yes, I'm trying to learn more every
You've been
day.
going to church for 35 years.
Well, actually 18, but I've only been going since I was 17.
You must be eating in there something.
That's after the service.
All right, so you have your report ready to do?
Yes, it is ready to go.
And what's the name of this report? By Earl Douglas, grade 7.
Very simply titled Religion and Evolution.
Which is not what this was about, by the way.
Right. It was about him proving that the Earth is only 6,000 years old.
And also, he claims that humans and dinosaurs roam together like the Flintstones. And if I hear the name Barney Rubble, I know that you haven't put anything into this. All right, we got like a little background music for him, Fez? Anything at all that sounds somewhat scholastic?
Religion and Evolution by Earl Douglas. There's been a long debate between the religious and scientific community pertaining to the origin of man, evolution, and its perceived timelines. In this report, I'm going to examine both ideologies and attempt to distinguish fact and fiction. In the interest of full disclosure, I must admit that I adhere to Christian values and beliefs, but I will try to do my best to give both sides of the argument and draw a reasonable conclusion.
So far, he has said nothing, Fez. He hasn't given us a single fact. He is dragging this out.
Actually, about all he's said, basically, is Earl Douglas, grade 3A.
That's an
That's why I decided to get a paper and pencil and start to work.
I gave an introduction.
Who wants an introduction?
Okay, I'll go.
Here on Spaceship Earth, this big blue marble.
Okay, next paragraph. Recent discoveries.
Are you going to do that every paragraph?
No.
Next paragraph.
He's Paul Harvey.
Recent discoveries suggest that humans first emerged on the Earth between 160 and 195,000 years ago. This would directly question the assertion in religious circles that man was created over 6,000 years ago, and more specifically that God created heaven and earth in 7 days.
No, it doesn't. Go ahead.
However, the accuracy of carbon dating, the process in which the age of fossils is determined, has through the years been called into question, but generally with some exceptions amongst religious and scientific camps.
Wait a minute. What did that mean?
No, the accuracy has been called into question with some exceptions.
What do you mean with some exceptions?
Certain scientific institutions have called it into question, but by and large, it's
none that I know of. I only know of religious institutions.
The division has been between pretty much scientific and religious institutions.
Right. So to call into question, other scientists aren't calling it into question, right?
Yes.
He'll take questions afterwards, thank you.
Where was I? Biblical scholars have often countered with the assertion that a day in God's eyes is like 1,000 of our years, and also that several thousand years pass between the documentation of various books in the Bible, including the book of Genesis. Add to the fact that there have been numerous changes in the calendar year, including the shift from a 360-day calendar.
What is he rambling about?
If you include leap year,
Yeah.
it all matches up. The 6,000 year to 195,000.
I can't believe that he's picking at days. He is down. He's trying to find extra days.
No,
it's like Fez. The guy owes $200,000 and he's looking for change in his fucking couch.
If you take into account the fact that we spring forward every April.
No, the calendar has not always been 365 days a year.
What the fuck does that got to do with anything?
I'm just
I'm
adding background information.
Between 6,000 years, right? And 150,000 years. And the Lucy bones go back almost 1,000,000 years, right?
I think so, yeah.
Well, it's not completely like us, but the early signs of man are almost 1,000,000 years old. And you're looking for days here and there.
No, I'm giving just an example, just background information.
Labor Day, a day we take off. Come on, Earl.
If you count weekends and vacations.
Anyway, where was I?
Pad your resume, not this. So far, you haven't given us one piece of information.
This is the same way he accounts for what he did all day.
And, you know, you're not going to be able to get away with, in some circles and religious groups believe, you have to be specific.
Well, I'm getting to that.
Why fucking write all the rest of this? Just get to it. Get to the important part.
Evolutionists have always maintained that man and dinosaurs never lived together.
Evolutionists maintain.
And I must admit that the notion that they didn't quite grab me either. But upon checking various websites... Upon checking various websites...
What rambling is this? I never even heard a Bible person say they live next to each other.
This is the kid who had to turn in a written report, and would just pad it because it had to be 50 pages long or whatever, so he would just fill it with bullshit. By the way, Lucy, they think 3.1 million years old.
How come that hasn't come up, Earl? Oh, because you refuse to walk down the street into the History Museum.
No, I forgot where it was. But upon checking out various sources and websites, and also the Bible, there's significant evidence to support it.
To support what?
That man and dinosaurs coexisted.
You said that there is evidence to support man and dinosaurs coexisted.
Yes. There is
Give me one.
Okay. In Genesis 6:13. This is upon describing the ark, because the question came up: if dinosaurs roam the earth, if man and dinosaurs cannot coexist? The Ark of the Covenant, what have you?
The Ark of the Covenant. What are you talking about? The Ark of the Covenant?
I'm sorry, Noah's Ark. Had a weird Raiders Lost Ark.
You have got to be the dumbest Baptist in history. But there cannot be a Baptist this dumb.
I'm so glad you said Baptist.
In Genesis 6...
of that, he's not the dumbest in history.
Not completely lost where I was.
Go ahead. Genesis 6:13.
And how is this evidence, Earl? Even if it is in the book of Genesis.
What? But please let me explain. In Genesis 6:13, God tells Noah that the ark must be, quote, 300 cubits with width 50 cubits and height 30 cubits. Under today's measurements, the height of the ark would be 45 feet, width at 75 feet, and 400 feet in length. Of most animal species, the ones that are stronger, faster, and are more apt to reproduce are the babies. They also sleep more.
What are you fucking talking about?
Let me finish, please.
Baby dinosaurs were on the ark?
Please let me finish.
Not the baby. Don't hurt the baby.
If you were to take a still growing, and I can't pronounce this, a Brachiosaurus onto the ark, it would only be 15 feet tall and easily fit onto the ark.
Gotta love me.
So you're saying a dinosaur was on Noah's Ark, a baby dinosaur?
No, if Noah had to take 2 of every creature, wouldn't dinosaurs be considered a creature?
Why'd he take 2 Baptists?
What the fuck are you talking about? You read a fairy tale, and then you try to imagine that there were baby dinosaurs the same time as mammals.
Answer the question, is a dinosaur a creature?
One more... again, please let me finish. In the Bible, the words, and I can't pronounce this word, Tianian, Behemoth, and Leviathan appear numerous times, particularly in the Old Testament. When translated, Tiananmen is described as a dragon, a serpent, sea monster, reptile, and dinosaur. In Job 40...
Earl, where did these dinosaurs go, then, in the last 6,000 years?
Again, please let me finish.
You have to start answering a question. You can't keep saying
you better
that.
fucking make a point instead of please let me finish. Where are the fucking dinosaurs today? Where are the baby dinosaurs that Noah brought us?
No, but the dinosaurs are discovered. I mean, I'm veering off the report for a minute. But we're finding the fossils now. When the flood came, the 40 days and 40 nights, it destroyed the dinosaurs.
That's what destroyed the dinosaurs. But it didn't destroy... But they were on the ark.
No, they had baby dinosaurs on the ark. They had small they kept 2 of every creature.
You are fucking retarded. You're retarded.
I can't believe he's pulled this off and found the answer.
Now, do you want me to... I don't know where to go with this because I can finish this if you want.
Yes. I want you to finish.
In Job 40, chapter 15... Job 40, verses 15 through 24.
Job is up against 15 through 24. He's versing. I hope he wins.
A behemoth is described as a creature that, quote, eats grass like an ox, moves his tail like a cedar, and lies under the lotus trees in a covert of reeds and marsh. Most children's books that describe dinosaurs describe them as having, quote, tails like a cedar.
Where are these children's books? What is your point? Where are the fucking dinosaurs today?
Well, obviously they're not around anymore. They were destroyed.
How?
What happened to the old cedar tails?
They were destroyed millions of years ago, Earl. Not fucking in the 1950s.
I didn't say they were destroyed in the 1950s.
Esso, the gasoline chain of the 50s and 60s, had real dinosaurs.
With the advance of modern highways, the dinosaurs had nowhere to go.
I'm trying to figure where was it. A leviathan has often been described as a ferocious and terrifying sea creature. Isaiah 27:1 describes it as a reptile that is in the sea, and Job 41:25 says that when he raises up himself, the mighty are afraid. Verses 28 through 29 states that the arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned into him.
What's your point, Earl?
The point is that they're making an apt description of dinosaurs and large creatures.
God, you're frightening. You're absolutely frightening.
But, I mean...
Hello, Bellevue.
But if you have a human openly describing that, wouldn't that suggest that they existed together?
No. All right, was there a dinosaur with Jesus 2,000 years ago?
No.
All right, so when did this...
This is mostly Old Testament.
All right, so what dates are we looking at?
Probably looking at... I don't have a biblical calendar in front of me.
Why didn't the dinosaurs eat Moses?
I can't answer that question. No one can, quite honestly.
Yes, we can answer that question because they didn't exist at the same time.
But they're aptly describing what they look like.
I'll fucking show you a fairy tale where there's a giant fucking beanstalk that goes up into the sky. How could they describe a beanstalk, Fez, if they didn't see it?
Like a cedar. If dinosaurs were around with Moses, Wouldn't he have used them as one of the plagues against Pharaoh?
Hey, Mike the teacher.
Guys, I've had to listen to thousands of reports from students over a decade, and this is easy. I can't believe this is going on.
What would you grade this, Mike the teacher?
F+ so far. The first three sentences were all mistakes. You said the religious assertion that the Earth is 6,000 years old. That's only one guy did that, and only religious nuttos think the Earth is 6,000 years old. Then he said God created the Earth in 7 days. He didn't. He created it in 6 and rested on the 7th. Then Earl said carbon dating is used to date fossils. Carbon dating is not used to date fossils. Everybody always uses that carbon dating bullshit. I thought this report was supposed to be about the age of the Earth. And Ron the other day, in fact, was about to give out the real age of the Earth, and he didn't because he said he wanted Earl to do his research. There's a thing called time on topic in a report. It's the amount of time that the guy in the report actually spends on topic as opposed to all the bullshit. And I haven't heard any topic yet. F+, Earl, step up! See ya!
Earl, you just failed. Now, here's what I want you to do. Put a bow on your head and give yourself back to Opie. And say, look, Ron took me for a year, but I'm too dumb. Find another spot for me.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, my God, it's frightening. Every fucking second you talk, it sounds like Bush is being reelected to me. It almost sounds, by the end of that thing, it sounded like a third term.
What about the part where there were baby dinosaurs on the Ark?
Crazy talk. Fucking crazy talk. Jim, you're on Run and Fez.
Guys, I want to know, is this the return we're getting on the money we donate to the United Negro College Fund?
You actually went to college, right, Earl?
Yes, for a couple of years, yes.
With that report, I honestly think you're too stupid to keep a plate in your lip. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
How much time did you spend on that, Earl?
No, I had to. I obviously looked up. No, I went on various science websites.
You haven't done one science thing yet. The only thing you quoted was pieces of the Bible. You didn't quote one scientific thing. Alex, you're on Fez.
Yeah, most Bible scholars say that the Leviathan's actually a crocodile, not a dinosaur there, Earl. Crazy coon.
Anthony, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, boys. How you doing? Listen, the carbon-14 dating, it dates the radioactivity of carbon that degrades at a particular rate that goes back 60,000 years. So it's that in itself proves the Earth older than 6,000 years. Not to mention Earl's out of his freaking mind.
But you haven't thought about baby dinosaurs. Could easily fit onto the Ark.
Well,
easily.
They're so tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, true. Noah could only build an Ark so big. You've got to save room somewhere. Bring all the baby animals on there.
You know what kills me, though, even beyond that, is just how bad the writing is. And Earl always tells me he wants to write for Rolling Stone.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You couldn't write for Rolling Rock right now. You're out of your fucking mind, Earl. I'm not hearing anything now. Now we're back to that, Earl.
No,
I don't hear anything
No
either.
energy. No energy.
I got
Earl.
plenty of energy. I gave a bad report. I'm sorry.
You did the best you could, right?
I tried to find it. I tried to get as much fact together. I tried to put my own spin on it.
I just don't feel swayed by the argument.
There's no fact. You haven't read a fact yet.
Well, I said at the beginning, I was like, they have...
Who's they?
Wait a minute.
Baby dinosaurs.
You know, that first humans emerged 160 to 195,000 years ago. 195,000 years ago.
For dinosaurs and humans.
And then you call the Ark of the Covenant.
It's just for whatever reason, I had a Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And then you actually said anyone could ascend to heaven. You actually brought that up. Paranoid has put together another song about Earl. Let's give it a quick listen. Go ahead, Earl.
You can hear these songs on thecosmiccircus.com, too.
I think he's coming up with a new website, too, and I want to check up on that. So, Earl, you got it? You know, Dave gives me this whole list of songs before and says just throw it to Earl. But for whatever reason, it's impossible.
Yeah, we're ready. I'm sorry.
I like when Ron gets mad and starts screaming at Black Earl. Then Earl breaks down and runs out of the studio. Then he comes back in and says, I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
That was bizarre. Earl Flintstone with us today, taking care of baby dinosaurs. Some people believe that dinosaurs would be dishwashers, sitting underneath the sinks with their trunks up above into the sink area.
My favorite, leftovers.
I'm in fucking shock, Fez. I'm in shock. I really am. Dave, you're looking smarter every day. Every single day, you and that crazy report that you did look brighter. Now, Fez, you and I were talking about this last night. Dave seems to have the stare, what we call the stare of the broken producer. How you holding up, Dave?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I feel good. I feel very, very nice. I don't want to give you the stare at all.
Yeah.
I've been a little tired lately because of sickness, purely mental and health reasons.
You got mental sickness?
I've got some mental sickness as well as physical, and there's not a lot of sleep going on. I don't know what's wrong with me right now, but I feel great between noon to 3, though.
I don't see it. I see the stare, and I see a guy that can't seem to grab a hold of himself.
The stare is that just off in the distance, even though you're in a room with us, you're still a million miles away.
Right.
Your mind is not here whatsoever, even though your body shows up for work.
Full Metal Jacket in the bathroom.
The 1,000 yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been shooting my gun a lot lately, too, my air handgun. And just, I don't know. I guess it's been a good tension reliever, but I'm gonna get back to normal.
I don't even know what he's talking about. I can't understand it.
That's all part of the stare, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Some medication.
Todd, you're on Run and Fez.
Oh, hey, I just wanted to ask Earl, where was the thesis in that introduction? And also, was there a bibliography page or any kind of quotes, or is it just all Captain Caveman and Noah's Ark?
Captain Caveman! And Noah's Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, because, I go to USF down here in Florida, and, we may be a small school, but that ain't cutting it, buddy.
Yeah, all right, see you later.
So, yeah.
Go Bulls.
I used various sources.
He didn't quote anything, though.
Yeah,
he didn't say coming from, so it's a lot of plagiarism, is what it seems to me.
Right, and people assume and people believe, and the web, really an internet of information. Just fucking going on and on as you can.
You brought up listening to him is like listening to a Bush third term.
Yeah.
He used the same sort of ploys that in a George W. speech.
Yeah.
Like the other day when the terror plot was revealed, George W. says, to believe that there is no terror threat against the United States is a mistake. Like there's people out there, anywhere, that actually believe there's no terrorist threat against this country. You gotta be kidding me. We're perfectly safe. See, when you say that this imaginary they believes something, then it's easier for you to debate it and say that here's what you should believe.
Somehow I was just trying to inject my own personality into it somehow.
No, there's no personality. It was just fucking confusion.
Oh, success then.
Yeah.
It seemed like his essay was written by the mysterious evolutionists, because those were the only people they quoted.
Right. The evolutionists. As if, that always gets to me, that some people act like, well, scientists make this up, obviously, because they hate God. What is their fucking gain? What is the end game of making up lies because you hate God? What do you get out of it?
You get to go back to the Institute,
right,
Ronnie, with all the other scientists and say, well, I've done it. There's no one left on the planet that believes in a higher power. Our goal is complete.
Earl, tomorrow you get here early. You go back to Opie and say it didn't work out.
Still make him wear the bow.
I'm not going to tell Opie that. I love you guys.
Ask if you can run a board for him in Cleveland. And even then, you're going to fuck up.
I'm not going to fuck up anywhere, and I'm not.
Just remember when to go to breaks.
I like working with you guys. I'm not a quitter.
You quit on the essay, though.
No one ever called you a quitter. We called you an idiot. Maniac. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Good afternoon, buddies.
Yeah.
In my 35 years of living, I finally discovered how the dinosaurs died. I'm so glad that God drowned them when he flooded the earth. Thanks, Earl.
Except for the dinosaurs that live beneath the sea. I don't know why they died all